Let's see if we can't get that back up and running. Minor technical difficulties. I apologize to those of you who were kicked off the stream. I apologize to me. My Wi-Fi had a moment there. So sorry about that. Hopefully that didn't impact anybody's viewing experience too much. We're having some good conversations. But yeah, someone was asking about if Dana Howe had participated, and while I don't know if she's going to be posting a video, she definitely did paint a squig. A couple people have videos that they're posting a little bit later due to, you know, just life stuff getting in the way. So yeah, there'll be the clowns aren't quite finished yet. Stay tuned. We'll see what else happens. Can't keep a good clown down. I do apologize for the technical issues. That happens sometimes. All I can say is the Wi-Fi where I live isn't perfect, and I'm sure in this day and age, pretty much everybody can understand that occasionally you have a blip in the system. You do the best that you can with the tech that you have, am I right? Although now there is a slight fear that everybody is stuck waiting for me to come back on the previous stream, to which I will never return. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. I'll keep painting this little corn model and hope for the best. He's got quite a few skulls, so he's pretty happy with how his day is going. Hope that wherever you're at in the world, you are also having a nice evening. It's a Thursday that feels like Friday, and boy am I gonna be shocked when I wake up and still have to go to work the next day. That's gonna be a rude awakening, I promise you that. Got this guy. It's gonna take a few layers of green for his cape to start looking vibrant. There's places that need more blue as well. Maybe I'm gonna finally learn how to work with thinned paint to get smooth coats, instead of just laying it on in thick-ass layers. Do I really think that that's gonna happen with this particular project? Chances are slim. Chances are slim. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. He's coming along, though. I think maybe his tongue should also be this neon green. That doesn't really make sense as to why his cape and his tongue would be the same color, but this is Warhammer, so it doesn't have to make perfect sense. If I hate it, I'll just change the color later, which is entirely possible. It is back. Hell yeah. Goober, you caught it. Thank you. I was checking my Discord to see if anybody posted on that. Hello! Oh, someone new joined our Discord. I think I invited people, but I'm still glad that they joined. Hello. I don't know if is the chat working? I can't see that anybody's in the chat, and I don't know if maybe that's just me and nobody said anything, or if the chat isn't working. If you are watching and you have access to the chat, just put a hi in there or something so I know that I'm not having a technical issue, because that'd be really dope. It would be dope if I wasn't having a technical issue. It would be less dope if I were having a technical issue. But then I could at least know and try to fix it. Although really fixing it is pretty much just... It's turning the stream off and turning it back on again. I can't... Okay, Goober is here. Excellent. Wonderful. Thank you. Of course that stream had to cut out when I was talking to new people and we were all getting to hang out and hobby together, but it's all good. You know what? Hopefully they notice and they come back and we can continue having lovely hobby discussions. Goober, what are you painting? What are you working on? Did I get that information out of you? Did I interrogate you about your hobby progress? I don't think that I did. I'm doing it now. This is a freaking Baja Blast green. Oh my goodness. Elemental Bolt. That's the color of the future, apparently, for me. Maybe I'll try and do non-metallic metal on this blade. They said, knowing full well they were not going to attempt non-metallic metal. So many fun little corn symbols on him. He's really quite a decorative lad. He's ready to party. Got his little chainmail, little decorations. This is a party outfit for Corn, I think. He's dressed up in his finest. He has a fancy occasion to go to. That fancy occasion is probably war, like all models. Like all models, not like all models, like all Warhammer models, specifically. They all seem like they're going to war, which would make sense. But, you know, maybe he's going to a masquerade ball. You never know. He could be. Let's not judge him just based on the way that he is menacingly sticking out his tongue at you. You've been working on highlighting your cyber hive, but your head hurts, so you're not going to stare at tiny things in bright light. That's very fair, honestly. If you are in pain, that's probably a good signal to take a break. Maybe not paint something so tiny and detailed. That's probably going to be the wrong move for you. I cannot advocate hobbying while having a headache. When I have a headache, it takes everything out of me, and I just lie in bed and complain that I have a headache. That's pretty much what happens. Oh god, it feels so good to just be slapping color down on something again. I've gotten into painting schemes, you know, for armies, warbands, stuff like that. And even though this might end up being a paint scheme for an army or a warband, it is freeing to jump back in and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna put whatever color I have wherever I think it would look good and not care if that's replicable or practical. I'm painting and damn the consequences. It does really look like my little alien guy is singing along to the songs. Someone pointed that out before the stream rudely disconnected. And I'm glad that they did, because that's quite cute. I need to get him a little microphone so he can look like he's singing along. Now I have no idea what the fuck these leg braces, like how they even function. I think it's like just a symbol and some straps and maybe it's see-through, maybe it's not. I don't really know. That armor don't make sense. I could check the box art, but let's be real, I have lost the packaging by now and am too lazy to pull it up on Google. He is looking good, though. Does he have a... yeah, he's got a bracer on this arm, too. Gotta remember to get that one. Apparently, I'm just gonna use everything on the cool color side of the color wheel tonight. Well, I guess yellow really isn't over there, but... it's the accent color. It's a good color scheme. Ooh, my camera is out of focus. That, maybe I can fix that. Let's see. Be nicer if it were in focus, wouldn't it? Would be. Your hive is looking awesome. Yeah, it's back, Josh. I'm so sorry. The Wi-Fi died on me for a moment, and it decided to just fling my freaking stream into the void. Just as I was talking to interesting new people about Tokyo and interesting things like that, my Wi-Fi was like, hey, what if you didn't have those conversations? And it shut itself off, so... Yeah, unfortunately that is the way of things sometimes. But I am back now, continuing to paint, working on this little corn guy. For however long my Wi-Fi lets me, honestly. Could just be one of those days where it's got a bit of an attitude. I don't know if your tech ever has an attitude with you, but mine sure likes to get sassy now and again. That's one of my favorite things about Star Wars, is the droids do... They're clearly very, very opinionated. Like, R2-D2, you can't tell me he does not swear. He's definitely swearing at everybody all of the time. God, whatever song is currently playing on this live stream is... It is not the mood right now. Sounds very weird and very sad. Not feeling it. Sorry, I'm also subjecting you guys to whatever this song is, because it's a live stream of music, and skipping it is probably difficult. We just gotta... We weather it together and let it pass. I don't really know what color would be good to make the flames on this. You found the working one? Cool. Cool. I didn't know if there were multiple. Is the other one still going or something like that? If it is, that's weird, and I don't know how I feel about that or what to do about it. That might be a problem for future fives to sort out, but, Yep, this one's working, so... we at least have that. I had the nagging feeling that I was gonna get a technical issue today, but I wanted to stream anyway. I just, you know, sometimes you just get really inspired to paint, and I've decided to capture that moment of inspiration by painting an extremely unorthodox corn color scheme. This is what the blood god would want, I think. To just paint whatever colors I feel like would probably look good, and then if they don't look good, I will figure that I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Yep, that's how the saying goes. Should probably do some wet blending on that fire, but we'll see what happens after a base coat and a wash. I think I'm gonna try base coating everything and then washing it. I did get some Tamiya panel liner. I don't know if that really works the same way as a wash does, if I can just kind of slap that on there, or if I need to be more targeted with it. But that might be something worth experimenting with tonight. The live link took you to the broken one first, but you just responded to me, so I think I figured it out. Oh, okay. Let me see if there are two going on my YouTube channel right now, and if so, if I can stop the one that's busted, because that would be... whew, that would be weird. Sorry. I'm a team of one, and I can barely troubleshoot myself, so... Well, It just shows 1 live and 4 watching it, so I don't really know how to tell. That could be a problem. There's not 2? Okay. You can slap in on erase, it will thinner. Sorry, Josh, I'm doing my best with that one, but I cannot translate that into a complete thought or sentence. I did my best. But yeah, I think you're saying I can slap it on like a wash and it'll work. Or maybe that's just wishful thinking, and that's what I hope you're saying, because that would be easiest for me. Gotta paint the little symbol on his head. This would probably be easier if I were more familiar with corn iconography to know what that's supposed to look like. But we'll clean that up in post. And by post, I mean I will figure it out later. Yeah, hell, why not? Let's slap some panel liner on. Oh, I do not have any odorless mineral spirits. That might be something that I should wait to pick up before using this. That's smart. I will save this for when I do have mineral spirits. What can we slap on and see what happens instead? We got contrast paint. Got some aethermatic blue. I'm kind of curious what would happen if I slathered that over the whole thing, so that's what we're gonna do. It's a model. I can always strip it and repaint it if something goes horrifically wrong. What could go wrong? They asked. Completely unaware of all the multitudes of things that could go wrong. We're just gonna hope that it goes right, you know? If I spent my whole hobby career worrying about what would happen if it went wrong, we would never get the clowns that we got today. So we're going for it. This is either gonna turn out great or terrible, but you know what? In the end, it will definitely turn out. We will have a result, whether good or bad. And that's worth something. Don't ever let anyone tell you that having a result is worth nothing. That is a valuable piece of knowledge that we will have gained. Does it look good to slap contrast paint all over a base-coated model and basically treat it like a wash? Who knows? Probably other people. I imagine there have been experiments like this done before. But this one is mine now, and it is personal to me, and I am finding out if this works in this specific instance for this specific model with these specific colors. Could be called repeated trials, or madness. Anything that you like, really. It does do something quite interesting to the yellow, which I like. Probably wasn't smart to slap it all over the cape, but that's fine. We can paint over that. That's not a permanent choice. We can fix it. Also kind of does something cool to the fire. I don't hate it. It's weird, and it's not vibrant, and definitely doesn't look like fire, but I still don't hate it. Looks good on the sword. And on the grippy bit of the sword. You use black Templar contrast as a pin wash for your Gundam models, and Tau. If you thin the contrast paint with dedicated medium, you can get a nice filter. Okay, cool. The stream is not focused. Yeah, I did notice that. It's pretty egregiously out of focus. I tried to fix it before. Let me see if I can do it again. Boop. Is that better? That looks better immediately. Hi, Hector. Hi, buddy. That's in focus. Okay, sorry about that, lads. Lads, lasses, everything in between, both and neither. Yeah, if I had contrast medium, it probably would have made sense to thin that. I'm going to set this aside to dry so we can examine what we get in a little bit. He's gonna go right over here. Yeah, Hector is here. Do you want to be on camera, buddy? He's down here. He's hiding beneath my desk. I don't know if you can see him. Probably you can. It's a little dark down there. Yep. That's a Hector. He's a ham. He always does this when I'm streaming. He loves attention. Oh my gosh, yes he does. Who's just a little baby? It's Hector. Oh, goodness. This is usually the time where I'm settling down to watch TV. So, he thinks that this is time for him to get attention and cuddles and love, which it usually is. But tonight, we're doing a little bit of painting. Yeah, he's a ham. He loves to get pets and chin scritches. He loves them, yes. Everyone's a dude here in California, dude. That's fair. That's fair. Hey, I just gave you pets. Heck, I know that wasn't enough, but you don't have to be so demanding. Let's see if I can actually close this contrast paint. The chances of me being able to close it and not cause it to spill. I'm not a betting person, but I wouldn't take my odds. Heck, come on. Stop. There's my hobby trash can under there. You don't want that. You don't want that. Let's see, so, for the ghost keel that we have, I need to find, I have these little tufts, little dollops of whipped cream, fake whipped cream that I've made, because this is key lime pie themed Tau, because of course it is. And they're in one of the many drawers in my hobby desk, but I can't quite remember which one. I have to root through them all. Also, I don't think I said hello to Artist Poet. Welcome. I don't think I've seen you here on the stream before. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping in and saying hello. I've met a lot of new people today, which is wonderful. Consider, liking and subscribing if you feel like it. That'd be cool. But I hope you enjoy the stream and have a nice time here. Ah, here we go. Okay. So, yeah, there's this fake whipped cream product that I use because most of my miniatures end up being candy themed. I have a lot of little... They tend to get stuck together if you just leave them to sit, but you can pull them apart. Heck, stop that. Don't chew on plastic. Don't chew on plastic. Oh, I think that one's the one in there. Oh, on my boy. Yeah, we'll get one. So we can put it on our little towel. Well, that one might be too big. Let's see. That way everybody will, because like a key lime pie has to have whipped cream on it. That's one of the crucial ingredients. Yeah. There we go. Seems that that plastic glue has not quite set as strongly as I would have preferred it to, so we may need to go in there with some additional glue. That's fine. Hey, Achilles, don't eat that! Achilles is my other cat, and he is currently trying to eat the cap of the super glue. Baby, no! That's not for you to chew on. I know you think that everything in this house is for you to bite, but it is in fact not. I don't know if you hobby in a room where there's cats, but if you do, then you understand the struggle. It's quite chaotic at times. Worth every destroyed model, though. I won't lie to you. Alright. There we go. Little dollop of whipped cream. Needs to be painted white. That's okay. We got that. We can take care of that. That ain't no thing. No! Don't tell him to kill this Tau. He's already tried to kill this Tau like 4 times. I need him to not kill this Tau. This Tau needs to survive. Looks like he's found some other small bit of plastic to chase. So, he's amusing himself. Don't let him fool you. He has plenty of actual toys. He just likes to hunt whatever he shouldn't be. That's how cats are, though. They're mischievous little things. Yep. I'm lucky I have a roll top desk, so I can just kind of roll the top down and then make sure that they don't eat or drink anything on my actual hobby desk. Yes, Hector, I know. How dare I take time for myself instead of sit on the couch and cuddle with you and watch TV? I know, buddy. It's so unfair. It's the most unfair thing that has happened to you ever in your small cat life. There we go. Should probably touch up that area just a little bit. Be responsible, which is not always the case. Hector is now crawling under my desk. That's fine. He's having himself a good old time. This Ghost Keel was basically the test model for my Tau army, and I now realize that I'm going to have to replicate this color scheme across so many Tau. It's not the most complicated color scheme I've ever picked, but it's certainly not the most simple either. So I'm hoping that it will look good once I've finished painting it multiple times. That's all we can hope for, really, is that in the end our ideas translate. I think it reads as key lime pie enough. Maybe I could put additional dollops of whipped cream on other places, like on his little blasters, which might be cute. I hit that really hard and then he shook a bit. I don't know that that bond is ever going to be as strong as it was before Achilles broke it, but he's definitely intact. He's got his little whipped cream dollop. He's got his little pie crust guns. His little key lime armor. He's pretty cute. I think he works. Is he perfect? No, none of my armies ever are. But, what is it? The whole is greater than the sum of its parts, or some shit like that, is what people say. So yeah. Next time I'm gonna start out doing the pie crust, because I did the armor panels the first time, and that got kind of messy, one painting over the other. So, I learned some stuff. I do wish I could paint these limes a bit better. A bit more detail. I've been trying, but they're not exactly the easiest things to paint. You know what? We have time. We have all the time in the world. And if I feel like it could be improved upon, I might as well do it while I'm here. I think I have a smaller brush that I can use, or one with a nicer tip. We can try that. Ow! Hey, Achilles, that is my knee. That turned out pretty good, thank you. Oh, this base is not the permanent base. This is a temporary base, that he's gonna be coming off of. I actually have, custom bases that just came in for the whole army. So everything's gonna be rebased. My friend Kraz, is helping me 3D print a city, actually, which I'm going to use as terrain. And by helping, I mean she's 3D printing it and I'm painting it. I'm still in the experimental test phase for how to do all the buildings, but it's going to be like a candy city kind of thing, very steampunk, kind of interesting. It's a process. I'm still figuring out the exact paint scheme that I want to use. But I'll get there. I promise I'll get there in the end. If Achilles, Lobster, and Hector played 40k, what factions would they play? Ooh, I think I've answered this for Age of Sigmar before, but nobody's asked me 40k. Let me think on that for a moment. Achilles would definitely want to play whatever faction is the most violent. So I don't know if Drukhari are the most violent. I know that they, like, expressly seek violence out. But he likes to bite things. So maybe that, or whatever faction of Space Marines is, like, the kind of vampire-y ones. He might be into those. He's very, very passionate about biting things. Let's see. If Lobster was playing a 40k faction, Lobster likes to nap in the sun. He likes to try and steal your food. He's very sneaky. And he likes to get up to mischief. So I feel like if anyone was gonna kind of be like whispering evils in people's ears and tempting them to do bad things, that's kind of what Lobster would be into. So maybe like Tzeentch kind of does that, right? He has like his whole Thousand Suns army, I think it is, that he controls. Is that the right one? Maybe. Okay, that's fair, but I don't know that an orc would bite me, and I feel like the Drukhari would. Like, they'd be more into biting things. So I'm gonna say that Drukhari would be Achilles' army of choice. And I think if Thousand Suns are kind of the Tzeentch one that's into like secrets and change and shit like that, then that might be a good fit for Lobster. Or whatever faction Horus had, because he, like, secretly betrayed the Empire or whatever the shit. My knowledge of lore is truly great. That would be Lobster. And then Hector... Hector's just a good little dumb idiot. Like, there's not a whole lot going on in that brain of his. He wants attention. He's a good guy. There are no, like, heroes, obviously, in 40K, but I feel like if Hector was in a Games Workshop store, and he was, like, he'd let the employees talk him into buying whatever kind of needed to be moved off the shelf. So I feel like he'd end up with some faction that's really niche and not a lot of people play. Just like, you know, or whatever was in the most recent, like, box release that they were trying to sell. Not necessarily Ultramarines. Like, I feel like he could be... Hector does have some kind of Ultramarine energy in that he would go for the basic thing. But I feel like it could just as easily be, Eldari when they had their big release, or, whatever. So... Yeah, Hector could be Custodes. That's actually a really insightful choice. Yeah. You know what? I'm changing my answer. Hector, you're choosing Custodes. Same as, the guy from The Witcher, Henry Cavill. Yeah? You're gonna meow about Henry Cavill? You did like watching The Witcher. He was your favorite. If you had any doubt, this is Hector talking back to me. Did you like when we watched The Witcher? That was your favorite. You were so transfixed. Please forgive my horrific carpet. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm apologizing for it. You want to play Adeptus Custodes? That, by the way, is Achilles. That little red scrap of fabric that he is attacking is a toy that I bought him. It used to be a fish. I've tried to take it from him. He gets very upset. He values that scrap of fabric. You can see the state that their cat tower is in. And you can see the little boy going wild. He would definitely be Drukhari. My cats are kind of my pride and joy, so if anybody is new here, I talk about them constantly, and I refuse to stop. But yeah, I've talked about, like, what their Age of Sigmar armies would be, but never 40k. What do you guys think? Is it too much if I put whipped cream on the little arms here too? I think it is, but I also really want to do it, which seems like a good enough reason to do it. Subtlety isn't what we do on this channel, apparently. I did ask your opinion and then ignore it, so I apologize, but I am gonna just do what I want. That is the beauty of having your own channel. Okay, it looks good, though. You can't tell me that doesn't look adorable. A rule that only I seem to ascribe to when playing Warhammer, that nobody else agrees with, is you can't kill people if you ain't cute. Somebody out there surely agrees with me. Doop. Yep. That's beautiful. That one has a very nice little curl to it as well. Beautiful. Excellent. I can, yeah. I mean, I could try and get a bigger one to stick on his head or something. And I'll probably have to do a big one for Storm Surge. Because, like, they do get bigger. Like, you know, that one was fairly large, but it's just kind of finding what's the right size for the specific part of the model that you're working with. Now I'm thinking about maybe changing their Age of Sigmar answers, because Achilles should really be, he should be the Soulblight Gravelords, because they're all vampires, so they bite things, you know? I was gonna say he would be Corn Demons, because of all the slaughter and the blood for the Blood God stuff, but yeah, Soulblight might be more appropriate. He's not necessarily into the killing so much as the biting. In that case, yeah, I'm pretty sure Hector would be Stormcast. I find it very difficult to believe that he'd be sold on any other army. He would choose Stormcast Eternals. And then, God, who would Lobster be? Maybe Skaven? They're, like, very tricky. They're very conniving. They're all trying to outdo each other for who's the best villain. But I don't know how I feel about saying that a cat would play an army of rat men, because that just feels like going against their nature. I don't know if I can do that to my boy. One day I'll finish my Soulblight Gravelords army. That'll happen. That'll happen. I've said this model was done so many times, and then I keep finding things to go back and improve on. That's not terrible. That's natural, I like to think. It's like, yeah, these limes could be better. You're very welcome, Josh. Thank you for joining. I probably won't be streaming for all too much longer, since I do have work tomorrow, unfortunately. That is, the thing that keeps me from staying up at crazy hours of the night. And I was up, let's just say a little bit late last night, panicking about how this clown thing was gonna go. So, looks like it turned out for the good, but I was certainly having some worries about it, as you do. Something you work on hard. You're naturally worried about how people will receive it, and if it will be taken well, or if people will be just kind of like, that's weird. I don't understand why this was done. Maybe people do feel like that, but if they did, they were kind enough to not say it directly to my face, which I value. Alright, that's officially done. I can't work on the Tau anymore. You gotta know when to stop, Vibes. You gotta know when to stop. The other hard part is gonna be figuring out how to get him off of his base. I thought maybe I can just flex the base and he'll come off. What actually happened was, no, the leg broke. So that'll have to be fixed. If anybody has a good solution for how to get glued models off of bases, I could use that in the coming days. That would be a good thing to figure out. I'm not gonna try and re-glue that leg just because, well, it's gonna be coming off the base sooner or later. I thought I could just, like, flex it. Yeah, I was hopeful. That was not the best call in the world. But he will be coming along on a base. I'm thinking like maybe an Oreo cookie base. I don't know why. That doesn't necessarily go with key lime all that well. Solvent or super? I don't know. These weren't put together by me. Unfortunately, I don't know how they were glued on the base. But while I'm here, while I have witnesses, maybe I can be a little brave with it. And just kind of go for it. I got my trusty sculpting tool that I use for everything around here somewhere. I bought a whole pack of sculpting tools. I've lost all of them except the one that I use for everything. And when I one day lose that, that's when I will buy another pack of sculpting tools. Sorry, this drawer squeaks, so... Yep. Gotta check it. Is it in here? No, is everything else that I'm supposed to be painting in there? Are you boys fighting? Hector and Achilles are fighting. Which is always funny to say because, historically, yes, Hector and Achilles were fighting. No idea where that tool is gone, which is a shame. It would be very helpful. Because it's just the right thin little thing to pry that up. Can I find any of my other sculpting tools? That would also be a worthy question. The answer to which is probably no, but... Ah! There it is! Found it. It's been through it a little bit. Lots of basing paste caked onto him. But if anything's gonna be able to just kind of neatly pry a foot off a base, it's gonna be this trusty old thing. Hoping that I can just kind of get some sort of leverage on the underside of the foot. Maybe pry it up like that. It's really stuck on there good, which is fantastic for, you know, model stability and transport and stuff like that. Terrible when you want to rebase. Whatever is holding this onto the base is doing a bang-up job. The base is very flexible and thin, and honestly I feel like I could probably crack it if I tried hard enough, but... I'm gonna try and weaken it up in a couple of places and see if maybe I can pop a foot or two off. Would be ideal. This was originally a painting stream. We've devolved now into experimentation. Hopefully I don't horribly break this model and end up having to buy a new ghost keel. It's to make super glue, but a worst case snip around the feet, but you lose most of the base. If it was super glue, you could freeze the model, and that makes super glue brittle. That's interesting. This foot is starting to wiggle, so I'm feeling more and more confident about it. It looks like whatever it's glued to is kind of loose, like there was a cork coating, which I'm seemingly able to peel up a little bit of. Potentially, if I weaken that enough, this foot will come free. Say potentially. I don't really know. Ah! There we go. Look at that! Beautiful! We got that on camera? We got all of that. Y'all saw that, right? That was smooth as fuck. Everybody witnessed that, okay? Everybody saw. Everybody saw me being a competent hobbyist for one moment of my life. Let me go ahead. I'm going to reattach this leg. You saw that, right? You're cheering. Yes, good. Cool. Oh, that's backwards. We don't want to do that. We don't want to put it on backwards. We just want to put it on. This model's been through a lot of... The little talkie man was in the way? No! The one upgrade I make to the channel and he gets in the way of the perfect shot. Ah, dip. Man, you really cannot have nice things. That is a theme. That is a reoccurring theme in my life. You could have let me believe, Goober. You were honest, though. Which they say is the best policy. I don't know. I liked my fantasy where I got a really nice shot of success. I'll let it slide. Do we like the little talkie man? I think it's a nice addition. It'll be better, of course, when, you know, it's all synced up, but maybe I'll change the position of where the little talkie man is at, because he does seem to be right where I've put my hands to, you know, do stuff, which is potentially not the smartest move in the world. We do now have a perfectly good base as well that we can use for something. I don't know what I'll use this for, but I'm gonna put it in my bag o' bases. Do you guys want to see what the basing is gonna look like? I've got those 3D printed bases around somewhere. I can grab them. I'll be right back. That's the right size, but here you go. This is the base. It's got a lot of different like texture and kind of tech details, grid work, but this matches the terrain piece that I showed you earlier. It's got holes in the bottom for magnets, which is really cool, and yeah, he's... Gosh, this is him on the base. That looks real good. That looks real good. Do you agree, Heck? Alright. Well, I think this is about where I'm going to call the stream for today. Hector is not willing to wait any longer for cuddles and television time, and he is a baby, so you can only logic with him but so much. Thank you to everybody new who stopped by, who subscribed, who watched something. Thank you to everybody who returned, because it's always nice to see familiar faces. I had a lot of fun on this stream, and it's going to be fun as we fix up this Tau army and work on this big old project together, because I got a lot of Tau. And well, not unfortunately, I'm delighted to, but they're not going to get painted by anyone else, let's put it like that. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, and enjoy the end of Pride Month, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.